Alright, there we go. It should be live now. For some reason, my auto start never wins, so... sorry, we're here tonight here at Chicagoland. For some reason, the auto start on the stream was not checked on. So... we should have got that YouTube being... for some reason, that wasn't on. But we are here tonight here at Chicagoland for Bullet Racing League, race number 4. So we started this back up now, so we should started that now, so we should be all in good. But Pacey Wygant, he took the pole as we watched him qualifying there. We'll quickly run through our field really quickly, run through our grid. So Pacey Wygant on the pole, Donnie Kite will be P2, P3 will be Jimmy Mensch, 4th will be John Matthews, 5th will be Ronnie Ayers, 6th will be Bobby Flowers, 7th will be Jorge Ledesma Jr., 8th will be Casey Ellis, 9th will be Greg Pillar, and rounding out the top 10 will be Tristan Bayer. 11th will be Mike Straminsky, and 12th will be Joseph Alden, 13th will be Cameron Pillar, and 14th will be James Cormaya. Jack A. Clemens will be 15th, and 16th will be TJ Anderson. So that is our 16-car field for tonight. Everything should be up and running now. But 120 laps for tonight. We'll see who will take it to the checkered flag. Pacey Wygant, we'll see if anyone can take him off, beat him tonight. He started on the pole, looks very dominant so far through tonight, but the green flag is out. We're underway here from Chicagoland. And Pacey Wygant off to a great start. He's got help from Bobby Blower. Actually, no, yep, Jamie Mensch right behind him. Bobby Blower's a couple cars back. Went side by side for second already. But down the back straightaway, Pacey Wygant out in the lead. Ronnie Ayers looking for second under Jimmy Mensch already. Donnie Kite up into third, pushing Jimmy Mensch, trying to push him past. Pacey Wygant is going to be able to make that happen. So Jimmy Mensch will hop to the race lead. Donnie Kite slots into second. We saw Donnie Kite here in the NAR Cup Series here at Chicagoland back in November. Lost it by 1,000th of a second tonight. So he's got some great pace here in Chicagoland. We'll see if he can improve tonight and win tonight. But he's looking for the lead. Around the outside goes Donnie Kite. He's going to clear Jimmy Mensch for the race lead. The two machine, Donnie Kite going to be in the lead, but he's going to run the top. As he just set the fastest lap there. But Donnie Kite is still fighting for the race lead on the outside lane, but with Jimmy Mensch down the back straightaway. Jimmy Mensch on the bottom would have the preferred lane, but at least with tire saving wise, Donnie Kite definitely going to be able to make the moves, make the runs on the outside and be able to clear very easily, but he's going to fall off the lead there. So Jimmy Mensch will take the race lead. We have a battle back here for about 7th. Jack A. Clemens to the inside of Greg Pillar. So in the 7th place position, Clemens on the bottom of that 69 Mountain Dew machine. 32 of Greg Pillar on the outside. Bobby Flowers right in front. We're off at turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Still kind of a pack race here so far. Bobby Flowers side by side with John Matthews right in front of him here. Ronnie Ayers in there, same with Pacey Wygant. Go with 3 wide. John Matthews around the outside. Matthews almost gets to the wall there, but he can keep it off the wall as Flowers clears them both on the bottom, but still battling for the top 5 spot between Ayers and Matthews. Down the front straightaway, through the trial, well, everyone's still cycling in, settling in so far. Donnie Kite, our race leader. Everyone's staying pretty close. Hasn't been able to get away. Draft very important so far tonight. Jack A. Clemens goes to the inside of Bobby Flowers, trying to steal that top 5 spot away. Trying to side draft that 34 machine of Flowers, but Clemens on the bottom, able to make it work. Able to make it stick down there. And running the bottom, you'll save your tires a little bit better. It was a 120 lap race tonight with about a 40 lap fuel tank, so will be a 2-stop race, barely. They should be able to save with the draft and also with tires as well, with the tire wear. But now we're battling up for second. Pacey Wadjet trying to fight back up to second. The inside of Jimmy Minch. Throw 3 wide. Jack Clemens goes to the inside. Gonna clear John Matthews. Matthews gonna let him go. Doesn't want to be in that 3 wide position. But Jackie Clemens on the bottom, making it work. He's side by side with Jimmy Minch for third now. Jimmy Minch able to prevail on the outside for now. Clemens on the bottom, side by side with Minch still. The lap car there, let us know on the bottom, on the apron there, stays out the way. The outside lane working for Minch, and Clemens now falling to the clutches of Bobby Blowers. But Pacey Wadjet going for the race lead on Donnie Kite. Pacey Wadjet able to make the bottom work very well. He's got the help with Minch behind him. Donnie Kite on the outside, Pacey Wadjet in the 0-0 on the bottom. Everyone's staying very close. You haven't really seen it spread out, but that we're going to 3 wide. Bobby Flowers around the outside lane. He's going to go to the race lead with a power move around the outside. He's not going to be able to clear Kite going down to the turn 1. They're driving it deep into 1 to plant the throttle all the way around the outside, and Bobby Flowers, the power move around the outside, takes the race lead. Donnie Kite follows him next time after off of 2. Donnie Kite's gonna move in the second, but Jackie Clemens once more. He looks to the bottom. Does make a move there, can't get it done, can't get the nose down there, but now Ayers and Wadjet battling behind him. As Clemens trying to use the bottom, save his tires. So 10 laps in for tonight. Down the back straightaway, everyone single files out. That's now Jack A. Clemens still under attack here from Ronnie Ayers in 4th. As Bobby Blowers and Donnie Kite starting to separate from the rest of the field. The first separation we've really mainly seen all night long. As Ayers trying to slide job in front of Casey Ellis. Casey Ellis is sticking to the outside though, not going to let him have it. As Casey Ellis moves to the outside, up into turn number 3 and 4. Ellis glancing around the outside lane. We get a great run on Jack A. Clemens down the front straightaway through the triangle. Ellis on the top lane, making it rip. The outside lane really has a lot of speed, and Ellis clears that 6-9 machine. As everyone's starting to single file out for now, still back here battling around 7-8. Have DJ Anderson, he trying to make a move with Jimmy Minch for the top 10 position, up to 9th now. As he gets cleared there, John Matthews on the back bumper of Rodney Ayers. Don't want to make anything happen, but Donnie Kite's closed that gap back down to the race leader. And here comes Casey Ellis. He's been running the top for the past few laps, and he's closed that gap down big time toward 2 race leaders. And now Ellis gonna get to the outside of Donnie Kite for seconds. Casey Ellis able to make the outside lane work to his advantage. Gonna drive it in deep, and he's gonna get to the outside of Bobby Blowers too. Now the back straightaway, Casey Ellis gonna clear Bobby Blowers, and he's gonna take the lead. Running the top lane, gotta be careful with those tires though. Running up the top lane, still very early on in the run, but Casey Ellis takes the lead. You see, no one really been able to hold the lead so far for a long time. I mean, it's also only been 15 laps, but you see, like, if you hold the lead, you try to save on the bottom, and then everyone just runs the top to try and get back by you. Casey Ellis out in the lead, Bobby Blowers back to 3rd, and now Pacey Wadjet saw what Ellis was doing up top, and now he moves to the top, but now he moves back to the bottom to try and get by Blowers. As everyone moves to the top, Blowers up to the top, Kite to the middle, Ellis still running up there. See all the lines working. Jackie Clemens with a great run. He's going to go 3 wide on the apron with Wadjet and Blowers. 3 wide for 3rd. Blowers are all the way up against the wall. Jack A. Clemens on the bottom. But no one, but Blowers prevails on the outside lane. Greg Pillar actually takes advantage with Jack A. Clemens running the bottom. This Pillar on the outside lane, able to make it work. DJ Anderson as well. Clemens starting to fall back a little bit, running the bottom. I think that 69 machine will have some speed later on. He's saving his tires down there on the bottom. We'll see how big the tire wear is compared to the top and the bottom. But Casey Ellis, he lost the lead to Donnie Kite. Donnie Kite took the race lead back. And Donnie Kite going to try and pull away as the whole field's still right here together. Down the front straightaway, going to down into turn number 1. Donnie Kite still holds the lead. Wajit trying to make his way up now. He started on the pole, fell back. He made his way back up, and now he's making his way back up again. Actually, he fell back again. So it's just kind of like a pack race. You just shuffle back, you move back up. That's how it's been working so far. Greg Pillar back to the bottom. But Casey Ellis, a power move around the outside, gets by Donnie Kite once again, but Kite fighting back on the bottom strong. Gonna get to the side draft that 35 machine. Kite gonna dive it all the way down, pretty much the infield grass there. He's gonna be able to clear Ellis, and he does. But Pillar gets a great one off of 4. He dives it out on the bottom, so side by side lead once again. As Kite on the outside gets the run, Pillar gets a little tight. Let's move 3 wide with Pacey Wajit on the bottom, Casey Ellis up top. But Pillar gets a little contact with DJ Anderson. Greg Pillar almost goes around. He's going to hold on to it, but John Matthews is contact with Jack A. Clemens. But they hold on. A great save from multiple drivers there. As this shakes up the running order just a little bit. Just past lap number 20, so we're in the final 100 laps. With 100 laps to go here. Still the very early on part of this race. As everyone's trying to cycle out, shake out here, settle in. Jack A. Clemens moves up to the outside wall. John Matthews on the bottom. Matthews unable to make the inside work as well. So the inside lane really seems to be struggling. We got a battle back up here for about second to third. Pacey Wajit on the bottom, making it work. Fresher tires, I think, starting to prevail a little bit. He's been running the bottom a lot compared to Casey Ellis running the top, ripping the top, and just trying to get some track position. Casey Ellis on the outside lane, gets to the wall, entering 3. That's going to cost him a lot of time. That's going to allow Wajit to clear, Pillar to clear, and maybe Finch. Finch is going to stay side by side here. And now Anderson going to make the move on Ellis. So Ellis losing about 4 spots there. There comes Clemens on the bottom. Going to be 3 wide with Anderson and Ellis through the corner there. It's going to clear off though. Anderson clears Ellis from the top 5 position. Of Wajit and Pillar still side by side. Wajit on the bottom, running the white line, trying to pin it, wrap the white line around. Comes up the racetrack and track out of the corner. Still can't get to the inside of Greg Pillar, just barely there. Pillar able to make the outside lane work still, just so much speed up there. But Donnie Kite now on the outside lane, he moves back to the middle. Pacey Wajit really quick on the bottom, making his moves work. Pacey Wajit is starting to really make that inside lane work. Donnie Kite's on board and see what he sees from his mirror, pretty much. This is everything behind him. Everyone on the top lane. This Rick Trailer trying to find a way by. Can't really do anything yet. Starting to see a little bit of separation through a couple cars. They're starting to string out single file. Wajit couldn't make anything work on the bottom as Jimmy Minch moves up to 3rd. Pacey Wajit still trying to make the bottom work. Him and Jack A. Clemens on the bottom. Those two have been on the bottom pretty much all race long so far. Been on the top a couple times, but these two are still the ones trusting in the bottom. Still lap 27, so we're getting to the final bits of this run. Probably we'll see pit stops at about 10 to 15 laps. So we're in the back half of this run now. And the tires really, these two on the bottom still haven't really been making a lot of pace there compared to the rest. Everyone's still able to hold off on the top very easily. Sorry about that, Bobby Bowers looking out there. Pacey Wadjet on the bottoms, trying to clear these drivers, but they're all single file on the top. Really doesn't have a hole to clear up if he wanted to. But now he's got a couple drivers moving to the bottom. Greg Pillar actually going to get into Donnie Kite for the race lead. There's a 3 wide behind him, but Greg Pillar tried the bottom, tried to make it work. Jack A. Clemens behind him. He's going to go 3 wide with Pacey Wadjet and Jimmy Minch. Jack A. Clemens sends it into turn 3, gets clear of Wadjet, not even getting to the inside of Greg Pillar, but there's still side-by-side for lead. Kite clears for the lead now on Greg Pillar. But 3 wide for third between Wadjet, Blowers, and Clemens. As Blowers with a great run on the outside lane. Still able to make it work. Plants it against the wall. And he clears for second. Now he's going to send it in there for third. Going to try and pull a slider on Donnie Kite. Donnie Kite might try and cross him over here if he's got the run. He does. He's going to look to the bottom. He's going to fake him to the outside lane. But a little bit too much. And it doesn't really work in the trial. He can't get to the outside, so Bobby Blowers takes the race lead again. Pacey Wadjet moving to the top now. Greg Pillar very tight on the bottom of the caution's going to fly. As Ronnie Ayers goes around. So the first caution of the night. As Ronnie Ayers goes around there, let's take a look at that. See, back here with DJ Anderson, Casey Ellis, and John Matthews. Oh, wow. Contact there with the wall. Ayers gets kind of neck-coated with the wall and gets sent down into Matthews and spins back across the track. And kind of spins back across the track, bringing our first caution of the night. So he does have a passenger pair he can take. Pace car going to stay on the racetrack as everyone's going to pull down to pit road. Bobby Blowers, the first one, will lead him down to pit road as he just took the race lead away. See if anyone tries to take 2 tires. So we're going to see everyone coming into their stalls. So Pacey Wadjet will be first into his stall. Everyone assuming we'll take 4 tires and fill the tank all the way up. Top it off on fuel. See if Wadjet can get him on pit road. But Bobby Blowers is going to take that there. Pacey Wadjet almost got the race lead back off the pit road. Take a look at the pit stop there. 15.1 second stop for Bobby Blowers. Kind of a slow stop compared to others. Most of them taking about 14 and a half. A slower stop for Blowers compared to Wadjet, but he's still enough to hold on. But Blowers is our race leader. Will be our race leader when we go back green. Got the choose cone there with Bobby Blowers electing to take the bottom. Wadjet up top. Clemens will go to DP3 as he's second on the bottom there. They're all on board with the pace car. looking back on the field. So Blowers gonna lead him back to green. He made a good run there. Drove around the outside multiple times. Just made that work very well. As the tire we didn't really see anyone start to fly through the field with new tires. I see Blodgett and Clemens. They were pretty much two on the bottom the whole run there. They really they were starting to make up some time, but they kind of fell off just a little bit. They are going to take that hard left turn onto pit road, and we're back underway here from Chicagoland. Flowers hit the loud pedal. He's going to be back on. It's going to be clear for the lead. We're going out of the turn number 1. Side-by-side for a second now between Blodgett and Clemens. Clemens going to take the opportunity to slot back in line right in front of Mensch there. But Blodgett's going to power around the outside in 3 and 4. He's going to doesn't want to save the screw saving tires. He's going to go for the rail lead. And Pacey Blodgett just sticks it full throttle around the outside. He takes the lead away from Bobby Blowers going out of the 3 and 4. Now into 1 and 2. Clemens clears Blowers as well, but Pillar trying to make the move around the outside of Bobby Blowers. Pill on the outside lane, still side by side with Blowers. So Blowers is making it very easy to start this run. Lost a couple of spots, running the bottom, lifting early. But Jackie Clemens looking for the lead on Pacey Blodgett, moves to the bottom of the racetrack to try to wrap the white line. But Blodgett still powers around the outside, trying to hold on with race lead. Miller making the moves early up top as well. As Greg Miller around the outside, still making it work. So you see, like Ellis, Pillar, and Anderson gripping the top, wanting to get this early track position. Those three all on the outside lane, trying to drive by the field, and they are. Pillar takes the lead. Ellis trying to clear for second. Anderson as well. So these three want to get up to the front early. Anderson dives it down to the bottom, trying to steal that second place spot away. He's going to be able to do it. Going to slot it in front of Casey Ellis. Ellis moves to the outside. Donnie Kite drives into the bottom 3 wide. Thinks better of it. Backs it off late. Just want to get to the bottom as he's side by side with Blodgett now. Kite and Clemens side by side, still gonna battle up here for the race lead. Top 3 pretty much. Anderson, Ellis, and Pillar all fighting with each other. Blodgett and Kite hop to the outside very early. Everyone's just hopping to the top, not wanting the same tires on the bottom, but Blodgett moves to the bottom, trying to slide job Anderson off the corner. Just alongside Ellis there for just a split second. He's stuck on the bottom now. He's just slot back up in front of Kite, just like he was. Kite and Blodgett still battling for 4th. Kite on the bottom, everyone behind Blodgett now moving to the bottom, it looks like. As Ellis has a good run on Greg Pillar for the lead. About a third through this race, third of the race through this time by. Ellis on the bottom, not able to make it work. His top seems to be very dominant so far. Anderson now has the run on down. He had to run down the back straightaway. He looks to the bottom in 3 and 4. They're trying to pull the slider. Not going to be enough. Pillar stays up top. Still side by side with the lead. Anderson on the bottom. Pillar on the outside lane. Clemens trying to make a move on Anderson now as Clemens moves up to third, trying to move up to second. From the bottom, trying to pull the slider on DJ Anderson. Might be able to do it here. He will. Great move from Clemens there. Anderson going to try to cross over though. So 3 wide for third. Contact made. Donnie Kite saves it. Anderson up the racetrack. Clemens looking for the lead on Greg Pillar now on the bottom. Clemens on the bottom, trying to get by Taylor for the race lead. Doesn't make it work. Wajid on the top. Wajid able to make the top work compared to Clemens on the bottom. Clemens just not able to get the drive off, but Wajid's still there off the exit. Kite's gonna push Clemens, gonna send him down to the almost into the grass. Just save it though. Get back on the racetrack. Get back in line. Still holds to the inside of Pacey Wajid. Pacey Wajid still holds on the second as Clemens slots back in line. Back to the battle between Anderson, Kite, and now Joseph Walden. He's been a quiet night. He's working his way up. They're kind of calm compared to how they were in that first run. I was about to, but Jackie Clemens goes down the back straightaway. We're going to take advantage of that quiet moment. But as soon as I say that, about to say that, Jackie Clemens down into the grass on the back straightaway. He'll lose a lot of time. Let's take a look at what happened here. Down to the turn 1, Clemens. Kite and Anderson on the outside lane. Clemens, Anderson gets into the wall, just kind of turns off and kind of tail whips Jackie Clemens down into the grass. And Jackie Clemens really far back behind, all the way to the back here behind Cameron Pillar. Back up to the lead. He's top 3, still racing for the lead. Pacey Wajid, Greg Pillar now side by side. But down the back straightaway, entering turn number 3, Pillar falling back a little bit. He ran the top very early on. The tires starting to fall off, I believe. And now Kite able to use the outside lane at his advantage. Still side by side for second here between Kite and Pillar. Pillar really starting to fall off. It seems to be getting really tight. So I have a little bit of a moment here in a way. Ellerin, crank it up. more, crank it up. As Donnie Kite battling for the race lead. Going to be 3 wide. DJ Anderson moves back to the bottom. DJ Anderson, a little bit of scruffle happened up on the top there. As DJ Anderson takes advantage, he goes 3 wide on the bottom. Donnie Kite on his back bumper. Makes a little bit of contact there. But down the front straightaway. Side by side for a second now. Wygen and Kite still making a little bit of contact. Kite's going to get Wygen's going to be a little bit sideways. He's going to hold on to it. But that puts Donnie Kite in second, and DJ Anderson moves back to the lead. Going to be side by side here. Still for second. As Kite and Wygen still side by side. Everyone's really on the outside lane now. See a couple of drivers still using the bottom, the middle of the bottom of the racetrack. See everyone trying to dive it low to the inside, trying to get a move done. DJ Anderson holds the lead. 3 wide towards the back here with John Matthews almost. And Joseph Belden and Casey Ellis, but John Matthews not able to keep it stuck on the bottom there, falls behind Joseph Belden. But battle back for the lead. Kite moves back to the bottom. Side by side with Anderson. As Kite's going to try and slide up, pull the slider on Anderson, and he does. Kite takes the race lead. Anderson still trying to fight back, trying to use the outside lane. As Wygen back to the bottom. As Wygen had a great run there off of 4. Now he's going to get tight on the bottom. Almost a little bit of contact with Kite, but he's going to hold on to it. Going to put his corner panel Kite. He still made contact a little bit there, but Anderson going to try to pull the slider. He makes it work. Kite backs off so he doesn't accidentally turn him. But Anderson moves back to the lead with a great slider. Here comes Greg Pillar. He's going to run. Is he going to try to the outside? He doesn't get the run. The run kind of stalls out there. Still side by side for a second, but Anderson holds on to the lead. Kite and Wygen still side by side. Wygen gets in the Kite off the corner. Kite's going to get into Anderson. Anderson's going to go a little bit sideways. He still holds on to it, though. What a great battle we got for the lead so far. So about halfway through this run, I believe. We started around lap 31 to lap 57. And go about 40 laps, so we'll expect to see some pit stops here in about 10 to 15 laps. As Anderson holds on to the lead. As side by side between and Wygen's. Still a great battle between these two for second. Wygen on the bottom of a great drive on the inside lane there. He pulls alongside Anderson on the straightaway off the corner exit. He's able to side draft it back, but here comes Kite with a great run. He's going to try and push Anderson clear. As Wygen and Anderson still side by side for this race lead. Wygen able to make the inside lead work. The tires starting to come into factor. But Kite with the run on the top, pushing Anderson clear Wygen, so Wygen can't get the move done. Still side by side for lead. Wygen and Anderson. Here comes Kite. Does he think of sending a 3? Doesn't think of sending a 3 yet. Still side by side for lead. These two still battling. Donnie Kite trying to push Anderson clear, trying to clear Wygen himself. He's got help from Flowers now on the outside lane. Everyone on the outside lane sticking it, trying to get the run on the outside. Wygen making the bottom work though. The tires working better for him down there. As Kite, he's got a great run. He tries to move to the outside of Anderson. Gets in the contact with Anderson. DJ Anderson's going to around. Huge incident. Big one here at the Chicagoland. This is as we just strike the halfway point. The big one happens for the lead. As Donnie Kite got into DJ Anderson. And it collects Ellis Ellis, huge damage on his machine. Big wreck there. Let's take a look. So coming off turn 2, you see a little bit, see how this move starts to create. So we got Donnie Kite down the back straight with a good run on Bobby Flowers. Through turn 3 and 4, Kite's had a really good run, gets the clean there on the nose. She's got a great run, moves to the top, tries to get shut the nose there. Anderson closes the door, gets it turned into the wall, gets turned back up the racetrack right in front of Ellis. Welding gets a piece of it, Ayers gets a piece, and Mensch also goes around a little bit there. See Jack A. Clemens coming into the background as well. He got bailed out with that caution there, as he had an incident about 10-15 laps ago off of turn number 2. That will save that 69 machines race as everyone's coming down pit road. See, definitely gonna have a couple of drivers trying to take a fast repair. And I think that might be Rodney Ayers' night. Yes, it will. He's already taken one. So Rodney Ayers, his night most likely will be done. I don't know how bad of damage he got on that with that wreck there. We'll see off pit road exit here who's going to be able to get the lead. See there, that's a lap car. James Cormier 3 laps down, coming off pit road there. Pacey Wajin going to be in. He's going to be first in, first out. Pacey Wajin going to take the race lead still. As everyone's going to try and catch up to the pace car. Schmier coming out pit road. I believe he was the lucky dog of the free pass. But Pacey Wajin going to be the race leader. So Cormier comes off a pit road first. He'll be able to get the lucky, the wave around, the free pass. The wave around here. Take the one to go single this time by, I believe. Yes, we are. But no one chose there, so no. Pace car lights are off, but no one chose. So no choose cone there. Maya gonna take the lucky dog, so we're gonna extend the yellow, I assume. Or is this everyone chose at the bottom? I mean, unless everyone chose the bottom there. I think everyone just kind of chose the bottom there instinctively. With that yellow, it put us over halfway, so everyone really chose the bottom there. Shocking there. But that put us halfway, so we're in the final stretch of this race. When we restart, there'll be 56 to go. We got an incident under caution. Cameron Filler up against the outside wall. Slow him down, but we're gonna go green this time by. I think we're gonna take that hard left turn onto pit road. As Wajin going to lead into the restart zone. We're back underway here from Chicagoland. As he's going to Wajin easily gets out to a clean restart and gets multiple car lanes clear down the front straightaway into turn number 1. As the field spread out very quickly. Everyone single files out very quickly so far. 56 to go. You can go around to round 16 to go here. There's about 40 laps on fuel, so we'll see if anyone. This pit window will open about 15 laps. We'll see if anyone can make it. We'll try and pit that early. I doubt it, but we'll have to see how the tire will play out in pit stops. But Greg Pillar trying to move around the outside lane. He's been one to move up early, just stick it to the outside lane and get the run around and pass everyone and get that track position. And he's doing it again. He's ripping the outside lane And he's moved up to third. Now he's looking for the lead. But Pacey Wadjet and DJ Anderson, they're battling for themselves now for the race lead. Anderson on the bottom, Wadjet up top. Down the back straightaway here, Wadjet, he's been fast all night long, been up front all night long. He's playing these lines perfectly, knows what he has to do, still running the middle, top, not really running the bottom, saving his fully tires yet, but he's still running the middle, trying to hold on to this race lead. The Greg Pillar around the outside lane, 3 wide for the lead. 3 wide for the lead here early in this run. John Matthews up to 4th. He's looking right behind him, trying to follow the one. But Wadjet falls behind him. Pillar and Anderson clear Wadjet. And Pillar around the outside lane makes the move work. He clears Anderson going down to 3. Wadjet looks to the bottom, 3 wide for the lead once again. Anderson in the middle, Wadjet on the bottom, Pillar all the way up top. Anderson gets tight through the center, had to really get out of the throttle, but Pillar on the outside lane, full throttle. And he puts it to the lead once again. Battling back for third still between Anderson and Matthews. Matthews been up in around the top 10 all night long. He's been in the main pack. To go here at Chicagoland. Everyone's starting to settle in now for the final long run. As Flowers is moving on the apron there. He's battling here with Donnie Kite and Joseph Weldon. There's 3 wide behind him. Jackie Clemens trying to rebound from his incident. Going around lap 40. Battling back here with that around the 5 machine of Tristan Baer for 11th. Back up to the battle for the race lead with Pacey Wadjet, Greg Pillar, DJ Anderson, John Matthews all working together. Well, all racing to each other. Into turn 1, still side by side for the race lead. Pacey Wadjet, Greg Pillar. Pillar a little bit loose on entry there. You saw the rear end kind of kick out. He still holds on to it. Wadjet able to make the inside lane work. Pillar still on the outside lane. It's kind of like a Daytona. Everyone's pack racing pretty much. There's cars on the bottom, cars on top. Just whoever gets the run. But Wadjet all the way on the bottom there. He's actually doing a slide job. He cleared Greg Pillar off the corner. So Pacey Wadjet takes the lead. Pillar with a great run. He's going to push Wadjet instead. He's going to stay up to the top lane here in 3 and 4. Contacted in the back here. Casey Elliott is going to cause a huge stack up on the outside lane. It's going to cause Ronnie Ayers to move towards the back. Cameron Pillar as well. Still battling here for the race lead. In the top 4, Wadjet clears on the bottom still. Greg Pillar almost getting to the outside of Wadjet. Still ripping the top of the racetrack. It's Tristan Baer. He's moved his way up 3 wide with Donnie Kite and Bobby Blowers. But John Matthews down into the grass into turn 1. He's going to hold on to it. He's going to come around back up in the traffic. He's going to go around. He's going to save it. A great save in the 98 machine. That's going to cost him a lot of time. And actually, that brings out the yellow. I believe there's a race control yellow there. So the caution will come out as John Matthews. A big moment there. Let's take a look what happened. Moving down to the turn 1. Oh, just trying to slot in line. Misjudged it. Gets into DJ Anderson. Up the race. Comes back up the racetrack right in front of Jimmy Mensch. But he mostly holds on to it. and everyone keeps it straight. But with that caution there, that's going to make some things interesting. With 45 to go, we should be able to make it to the end on fuel with a pit stop. So we'll see how that plays out. Pacey Wise, you're going to come down pit road. Interesting call here. Joseph Weldon going to stay on the racetrack. Greg Pillar as well. So they're going to have older tires, so just stay on the racetrack. But Pacey Wise, first car down pit road. And he'll easily come out first. I mean, he had a lot of, the two cars, a car that stayed out behind him, that gave him more time on pit road. Oh, but fuel only call from these drivers. Tristan Bayer, a great pit stop. And he's going to come out first, so fuel only call from a couple of those drivers. A couple guys still taking 4 tires, so interesting strategy call from a lot of these drivers. Let's take a look. DJ Anderson, 10.6. I believe he may have taken 2 tires. But Greg Pillar, Joseph Weldon, they did not top off. They stayed out. But Tristan Bayer on fuel only, or 2 tires maybe. Donnie Kite blinks out there for a second. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at these pit stops. So Tristan Bayer. So that's Tristan Bayer's here. Let's compare it to someone who took 4. Just show the difference. So this is the difference on pit road. Ronnie Ayers and Tristan Bayer. So Tristan Bayer 7.2 seconds in the box. Ronnie Ayers 14.6. So that's the difference between fuel only and 4 tires and topping all the way off. So that is the difference there. But now they line up for the restart, and Pillar and Weldon both choose the bottom of the racetrack. Now with 42 to go, I believe you can make this on fuel with just a little bit of saving as well. So I think those two, Pillar and Weldon, probably banked on a caution, knowing that another one will happen. Pace car, you're going to take that hard left turn onto pit road. And the pace car onto pit road. The Pillar leads to the back of Reese's zone. We're back underway here from Chicagoland. As Greg Pillar hits the loud pedal, gets back leader for the lead very early on. Now he ripped the top a lot, so his tires, we'll see the difference between 4 tires and no tires. Most of the field on about half and half. Half of the field fuel only, and half the field on 4 tires. And 3 wide here for third as DJ Anderson quickly makes his way through the field. He took 2 tires. He moves up to third. A couple of drivers towards the back. Pacey Wadget, Donnie Kite, and Jimmy Minch. They all topped off, knowing it would be close on fuel. Jack A. Clemens as well, also topping off. So, and a couple of drivers towards the back that topped off on fuel. 41 to go here from Chicagoland. Tristan Bayer takes the race lead. It's got by Greg Pillar. Into 3, Anderson and Pillar side by side. Cameron Pillar on the bottom. 3 wide. He's going to go sideways. It's in the Weldon. Weldon's going to go through the grass in front of Jack A. Clemens. They're going to spin back on the racetrack. The caution's going to fly with 40 to go. As the incident early on there in this run, it's the shortest run of the night by far. As Jack A. Clemens involved as well. Huge damage to that 69 machine. I think he has spun back up the racetrack as well. He still has his fast repair. Still wrapping. Cameron Pillow getting loose on the bottom. Netcode tags the 33. And 33 of Weldon spins back up the track. But let's take a look with Jack A. Clemens here. I think with this, yeah, that damage, that broke his right front, so he can't turn. Goes back up the track, 46 of the 46 of Mike Stremensky. Quiet night so far, nowhere to go. He runs right in the back of Jack A. Clemens. I mean, he has no time to react. Clemens can't turn, he's just going straight up the racetrack. And Mike Stremensky hard into that back bumper of Jack A. Clemens. But there's Jack A. Clemens, going to have to come down to pit road and take his fast repair. See the wheel pop back into place there. So Jack A. Clemens still in this race as he takes his fast repair there. Multiple drivers going to have to take their fast repair if they haven't already, but a good chunk already did. Tristan Bayer already took his fast repair, as he's actually going to take the opportunity to top off. So I think everyone will top off come down pit road and top off here, as he'll easily make it to the end of the race on fuel. As Tristan Bayer, we'll see if he comes off of pit road first. It looks like he's going to take 4 tires there, maybe. Tristan Bayer out first. DJ Anderson follows second. So fuel only still for these drivers. No one really taking tires. That was our shortest run of the night. So Cameron Pillar getting a little loose and just tagging Joseph Weldon. But I mean, just unfortunate there as Weldon got a little bit of netcode contact there. Now the choose cone, Tristan Bayer takes the inside, DJ Anderson elects to take the outside lane. As we've had seen multiple big wrecks already, so we'll take a look at who has their fast repair left. So Pacey Wadgett still has his fast repair. Cameron Pillar has his fast repair, after just actually being in that incident there as well. Bobby Blowers has his fast repair. Greg Pillar as well still has his fast repair. Jimmy Mensch and Jorge Ledesma Jr., they still have their fast repairs, but Ledesma still a good bit down. But those drivers still have their fast repair left. Everyone else has already taken their fast repair, so if they get another incident, their night will be over. The pace car going to take the hard left turn onto pit road, and we're back underway here from Chicagoland. Here's a great restart. Going to clear Bayer early on. Ayers moves up to third. As this will be a race to the end. No one will have to pit. Everyone can easily make it on fuel from here on out. Ronnie Ayers moves back to the bottom. We're going to be side by side with DJ Anderson. Pacey Wadgett in third. Trying to kind of taking his time, looking what lane he wants to go with here. As Ronnie Ayers in the race lead, as Wadgett follows him on through to clear DJ Anderson. Bayer falling back a little bit there as well. But now they're going to be three wide to lead. Wadgett on the bottom, Anderson up top, Ayers in the middle. YJ backs out, run kind of falls off a little bit. He falls behind Ayers. But still, side by side for the lead between Ayers and Anderson. It's been like this all night long, pretty much so much side by side, 3 wide for the lead all night long. Now Jack A. Clemens moving to the bottom, trying to make it 3 wide on Pacey Wadgen in Tristan Bayer on the outside lane. Thinks better of it, but Ayers getting a little bit loose off of turn number 2 there. That's to allow Bayer to clear for second, and now we can be 3 wide for third between Ayers, Wadgen, and Pillar. Pillar on the outside lane. Greg Pillar with a great run. DJ Anderson still holding off on the top lane. Greg Pillar using the outside lane just like he was been doing all night long, and he's making it work. He's been the best up top all night long so far. As Tristan Bayer getting loose off the turn number 2 there, he's going to lose a lot of time. A 3 wide for third now. Jack A. Clemens moving to the middle, moving to the bottom. He's going to clear wide to a big check up there with Anderson. That's going to cause huge shakeup. Multiple cars going through the grass. Anderson goes through the grass. Wadgen also through the grass as well. The back up for the lead. That shakes up the field big time. As now Ellis moves to the lead with Ellis and Pillar taking advantage. They have a big gap now to third with Donnie Kite. As now if you're Pacey Wadgen and DJ Anderson, you're going to need a caution. You're not going to make that time back up, but unfortunately for Jack A. Clemens, he lost a little bit of time, but he's still in the hunt here. As the field's starting to form back together now, get back together with the draft. Down the back straightaway, Joseph Weldon now moves to the bottom of Donnie Kite. Weldon just being in that last incident, he's able to recover. Moves back up to third. With 30 to go here from Chicagoland, Greg Pillar and Casey Ellis are top 2. About 3 car lengths ahead of third. Now the battle for third, 3 wide almost for seconds. As Weldon backs out, falls behind Jack A. Clemens. Now Clemens looks to the bottom of Kites. It's a single file out there. And at turn number 1, Jack A. Clemens on the bottom. Most of the drivers on the bottom. Pillar and Ellis stick to the top lane. Weldon sticks to the top lane as well. He clears Clemens for 4th. Clemens moves back to the bottom. Trying to pull side by side with Weldon. Weldon almost moves himself off the corner there. This Kite trying to get by Ellis now for seconds. As now Kite to the inside of Ellis barely. Side by side here. Still side by side for second between Kite and Ellis. Ellis still able to hold the top. Kite not really able to make a big gains on the bottom. Clemens trying to follow Kite on through. Kite hops up in front of Weldon. As Weldon moves to the bottom. Now trying to get the move back on Kite. This is kind of calmed down for the top 7 with that big shakeup that happened a couple laps ago between Wadgen and Anderson. Moves 2 back in 12th. And Anderson's actually done for the night after that. He's actually off the racetrack in last now. He already took his fast car, so he got race ending damage there, but Clemens barely putting his nose there, putting his car barely in the spot there, side by side for 4th. Clemens is in the outside lane now, trying to make a move work, trying to get back up, try and battle for this race lead. As Clemens was in that incident a little bit, he got held up by it, and he's trying to recover, and he's in this battle for the lead still. in the front pack, this front pack of 7 cars. With 25 to go here from Chicagoland. As Greg Pillar holds on to the lead. Take a look at his onboard here. This is what he sees from behind him. Greg Pillar has been the one to take the outside lead all night long. He hasn't really, I don't think he's really been on the bottom. Right here with Casey Ellis. Terry rips the top here. We're going to put it right behind Greg Pillar. Now he's going to look search for the clean air a little bit under the 32 machine of Pillar. As Casey Ellis still holding second, ripping the top right behind the rest of the field, so right behind Greg Pillar. Rest of the field kind of following. Still a couple staying on the bottom though. Jackie Clemens staying on the bottom. Donnie Kite still staying on the bottom. Now Kite using the inside lane, trying to get in front of Ellis. The tires starting to come into factor now. We're about halfway through this final run. We went with about 37 to go. We're 22 to go now. Getting into the back half of this run where the tires are going to show. With 21 to go. Kite working the bottom. Ellis, Pillar, and Weldon staying up top. Oh, but Ellis gets to the wall off of turn 2. It's going to cause a big checkup. Weldon had to get out of it. And that's going to lose him a spot to Jackie Clemens. Clemens going to look to the bottom of Ellis now as Kite's going to easily clear for seconds. From Ellis hitting the wall there. 20 laps to go. 100 down, 20 to go here from Chicagoland. It's been a great race so far all night long. With battles for the lead, battles for every position. The draft keeping everyone in play. As Clemens got a good run off of turn 2, he's going to look to the bottom, side by side for third. As Clemens is going to try and clear Ellis off the corner. He's going to get help from Weldon. As they're actually going to close, they get a little bit of gap to Kite as well with the draft as well. Clemens able to make the inside lane work to his advantage. So they're going to be 3 wide down into turn number 3. Weldon all the way on the bottom. Clemens in the middle. Ellis up top. See, there's the entire pack right there, all in that camera shot. That's Kite moves to the bottom. He still holds the second. He's trying to find his way by Pillar now. Pillar's been up top, so the tires might start to fall off Greg Pillar in that race lead. As Clemens clears Ellis for third. Now we're going to really start to see this battle for the win start to shape up. Clemens going to get to the inside of Kite now. As Kite running the outside lane, trying to find his way by Pillar for the lead, trying to get the clean air, but Clemens not letting that happen. Jack Clemens on the bottom. We're going to go side by side with Donnie Kite. Can't stay to the inside there. Still holds the bottom. Kite on the bottom now for the race lead. Pulls alongside Pillar. Pillar, the tires starting to fall off. This gap's starting to get a little bit bigger. These top 3 starting to pull away a little bit. Clemens and Kite seem to have the best cars so far in this run. But Kite clears. Pillar still slots in front of Clemens. So Pillar with the run on Kite. Clemens got to find his way by Pillar if he wants a chance at this win. He's going to have to chase down Donnie Kite. as Donnie Kite holds the lead. Pillar and Clements battle for seconds. As Bobby Blower's making his way up, he's up to 4th. He's kind of he hung about in 7th in this entire run so far. Now he's been to the back, saving his tires. But Pillar and Clements still battling for seconds. As Kite's trying to get away. Able to happen. Pillar all the way up against the outside wall. The tires really starting to give out on him. As Kite starting to pull away up to 0.3 of a second now over Jack A. Clements and Greg Pillar side by side. As Pillar's going to get into the wall for turn 2. He's going to get into Clements, and Pillar's going to run off turn 4. Off turn 2. Greg Pillar goes around with 14 to go. And what we thought the battle for the win would be between Clements and Kite is now going to be between everyone. As Greg Pillar goes around off of turn number 2. As he's on the outside, trying to stay clear of Clements, gets into the wall, comes down into Clements. And the hard of the outside wall spins down the back straightaway and brings out the caution. And that will shake everything up. That'll put Donnie Kite to the lead. That'll put Jackie Clements in 2nd. Now Clements had a good tap of the door there. See if we can get a look at that 69 machine. Look on that right side door here. Doesn't look like it's damaged, so we kind of got lucky with that one. No damage to that 69 machine of Jack A. Clements. But he's going to have to come down pit road here. Everyone's going to have to come down pit road here. It's Donnie Kite. He'll go in first. We'll see if he can be the first off. As that helps DJ Anderson and Pacey Wygant. Those two were up front before they had their incident. About in the first 5 to 10 laps of that run. So we'll see where Donnie Kite comes out compared to Jack A. Clements. Donnie Kite in the stall in the second place, in the second pit stall. They have Pacey Wygant out in the front. We'll see if Clements can maybe get a better stop than Kite. Off of pit road, Donnie Kite easily off pit road. Jack A. Clements a slow stop. He loses the spot to Blowers. So a slow stop for Jack A. Clements. About 2 seconds slower on pit road compared to Kite. Let's take a look. So the pit stop was about the same, but Jack A. Clements 2 seconds slower on pit road. I think maybe a little bit, maybe overshot his stall a little bit. But Donnie Kite holds the lead. With 12 to go, we'll be coming to 11 to go in and the shoes cone. So see Donnie Kite, he's going to take the outside here. Actually, move back to the bottom. Jackie Clements moves up to the top. Actually, just stuck to the bottom. A little bit late choice there, but Pacey Wygant, a great stop. He was towards the back after the incident. Now he's going to be to the outside front row. And that's going to put him in a great chance for the race win. Greg Pillar, he did not use his fast repair before, so let's see if he used it there. He did. So Greg Pillar, he's been fast all night long on the outside lane. Now this is going to be his prime opportunity with 10 to go. He should be able to rip the top for the race win. It's going to be tire not really going to matter in this final shootout. The home stretch with 10 to go. He will have the best short run pace to take the win. Kite, Wygant, Blowers, Ayers, Clements, top 5 on this restart with 10 to go. Pace car will take the hard left turn onto pit road, and Kite and Wygant will lead him to the restart zone. The green flag is underway, back out, and we're back underway here from Chicagoland. As Kite clears for the lead. Flowers and Clemens with a great restart on the bottom. Clemens going to clear Wygen as they're going to single file for the top 4, but Flowers has the run. He looks to the bottom for the race lead on Donnie Kite. Side by side for the lead. Clemens going to push Flowers on the bottom. Flowers going to try and pull the slider through 3 and 4. Not going to be enough. Kite on the outside lane. He's got the preferred lane. He's going to have help from Wygen here. Wygen's going to send it middle 3. Wygen's in the middle. 3 wide on the bottom. 3 wide through the middle. Flowers on the bottom. He's going to lose a lot of time. He's actually going to get cleared by Jack A. Clemens, but side by side for the lead. Wygen and Kite. Here comes Jack A. Clemens to the inside. 3 wide for the lead with 9 to go here from Chicagoland. Clemens down to the inside lane. Puts it on the white line. He's going to be able to clear Wygen off the corner. He's going to shut the door on him. Wygen's going to cross over. He's got help from Kite. Side by side at the line. Kite, Wygen leads that lap. Kite pushing Wygen down to the 1. Clemens with the preferred lane to the outside lane now. Mr. Clemens, you got to stay to the top lane and pin down, Wygen down to the bottom. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to pull the slider on the top lane from the bottom lane. The Kite moves back to the bottom, trying to clear for second. This is what Clemens needs if he wants to win this race. A little bit of echo contact there between Kite and Wygen, as this battle for second is going to allow Clemens to pull away. 7 to go. Here comes Jimmy Mitch. He's been quiet. He's had a quiet night. Oh, but Powers going to play it. Wygen's going to go around. Kite's going to go around. Huge incident there. Mitch gets turned back up. Weldon as well. They're still wrecking up in front here. Big in for Matthews there as well. Cameron Pillar just barely gets it through. A huge incident there with 7 to go on the back straightaway. That's the second big one we saw tonight, and it started with pacing Wygen off of turn number 2. Let's take a look at what happened there. So going down to the turn 1 and 2, Kite and Wygen side by side fighting for everything. They know they need to get clear, and neither one of them want to give up the spot. Kite just gets into Wygen, spins back down the racetrack. They still wreck. Kite also goes around as well. White went around as well. Weldon got turned back up the racetrack. As Minch went around, Ellis went around into Matthews. John Matthews also got hit here. Maybe barely gets tagged by Karen Pillar. But he gets hit by Casey Ellis, getting spun back up the racetrack. And unfortunately for John Matthews, that is his night over. But with 5 to go, that will no doubt might actually will still have one more attempt to finish in regulation. But another caution will no doubt put us into a green-white checkered scenario. Jack A. Clemens, Bobby Blowers, they'll be first and second. Rodney Ayers in third will have a great chance as well. Greg Pillar, he'll be in fourth, and he's been very good in the short run all night long. Cameron Pillar will be in fifth. So the top 5, all of these drivers have been fast. I mean, everyone's been even pretty much all night long. But 1 to go signal. Clemens will choose the bottom. Blowers will go to the top. Ayers is going to follow Blowers. Greg Pillar will go to the bottom. Cameron Pillar will go to the bottom. Tristan Bayer will move up to he'll be 6th on. He'll still be on the outside lane. He's got a little bit of front end damage for that incident, so that might slow him down a little bit. But we'll restart with 3 to go. Here from Chicagoland with the 69 machine of Jack A. Clemens in the lead. Bobby Blowers and Rodney Ayers, they'll work together on the outside lane. See who can take the win. But we're going to restart with 3 laps to go. Clemens in the lead. Flowers on the outside in second. Greg Pillar in third. Ayers in fourth. And Cameron Pillar in fifth. They'll be our top 5 for this restart. Pace car onto pit road. Green flag back in the air. We're underway. 3 to go from Chicagoland. Who will be able to pick up the win? Clemens with a great start. He's not clear of Flowers. He's going to be able to clear through 1 and 2. Clemens might be able to clear Flowers off of turn number 2. He will. He's going to slide job. He's going to close the door on him there, maybe. He does lay down the back straightaway. Single file, mostly. Greg Pillar on the bottom. Greg Pillar's been very strong in the top lane. He can get to the top. He might have a chance at Jackie Clemens, but 2 to go. This time by off of turn 4. 2 laps to go. 3 miles left here from Chicagoland. Bobby Flowers and Greg Pillar battling for second. This is allowing Clemens to pull away. Cameron Pillar almost into Ellis there. Ellis there behind in the background. But YJ gonna go 3 wide for second. Down the back straightaway. Into 3. YJ gonna try and pull the slider. He's gonna be able to do it. He might be on timers as well. He is. Pacey YJ on 4 fresh tires after that incident. 1 lap to go. White flag here from Chicagoland. YJ's got the run on Clemens. He's gonna move to the top lane. Clemens is gonna block the bottom. Can YJ go around the outside? Clemens, he's going to shut the door, but YJ's going to move to the bottom. Side by side for the lead, going into 3. For the final time in 3 and 4. Clemens on the top, YJ on the bottom. Can Clemens do the crossover? On the front straightaway to the bottom. Clemens through the triangle. Does he have the run? He's going to side drive YJ. It's not enough. Pacey YJ with a late race call of 4 tires after being in an incident. He's going to take the win. Pacey YJ by 36 thousandths of a second. Wins over Jackie Clemens here in Chicagoland. And a thriller we saw once again here from Chicagoland. And Pacey YJ picks up the win. Bobby Flowers there in third, just under a 10th. What a finish we had for tonight. A great race and a great finish. As Wygant had the fresh tires, he pitted there right at the very end after that last caution. As the 4 tires paid off. And he burns it down. Pacey Wygant, our race winner here tonight from Chicagoland. A short little burnout there. Pacey Wygant, our race winner. We'll bring him in here. Pacey Wygant, welcome to the booth. Able to pick up the win. 36 thousandths of a second. How are you able to get it done?
A lot of sheer guts there at the end. I'm not really sure. I went from, I think it was 6 on the restart and 3 laps to the lead. So, yeah, that was a race, especially after getting wrecked there off 2. So, I don't know how I did it. It was just a lot of ballsy moves.
Yeah, and that seemed to be the motto tonight, really, or key. And I mean, we've seen a lot of people just kind of sitting around the outside, trying to pull the slider on the bottom. It's just kind of been a draft race all night long. How are you able to navigate that, especially and how did the tire wear play into factor as well with that?
Well, for the first, I don't know, I'd say probably 15 laps of the run, it really was just a giant plate track. After that, the tire wear, if you managed to save tire, you were creeping to the front. I know there was like Bobby, for example, in that first opening stint, he dropped back, saved tire, and drove back up through the field. It was just primarily about keeping position, but also keeping tire on it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It was just unlike any other Gen 6 race I've really ever raced, to be completely honest.
And you're still able to prevail at the very end. But before you send it off on your way, any sponsors I think for tonight's race win?
Yeah, I gotta shout out you guys up in the booth for broadcasting each and every week. I gotta shout out PBR Racing, great group of guys. Shout out Ayers Design for making the wraps. If you ever need anything, hit them up. It's Rodney Ayers. Shout out to the fiance for putting the kid to bed tonight. And wanted to say hi to my mom and my daughter. They're down or my daughter's at her grandpa's house right now, so definitely big shout out to her too.
And once again, congratulations on the race, and we'll see you next week at Slinger.
Alright, thank you.
So that was our race winner of Pacey Wygent. We'll bring in our second place finisher here in 1 second of Jack A. Clemens. And welcome Jack A. Clemens to the booth. You able to pick up a second place finish tonight in your debut start. He almost lost it there. He lost it there at the end with Wygent. What do you think you could have done differently there?
I don't know. I don't know. Aaron, do you know? Was I at a tire disadvantage, or do I just lose talent?
Yeah, you were there at the tire disadvantage. Wygent didn't have a little bit of tires there after getting wrecked. He took advantage of it, but you almost held him off there.
Yeah, I tried. I mean, I feel like the restart was pretty good, but on the last lap, like I could only block him so many times, and I tried to pin him down and go into the 3, but I mean, there's really nothing I could do at that point. No, but that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but you also had a battle back from multiple times tonight as well. You had a little incident earlier on around lap 40 to 45. You had a little bit of contact off at turn 2. Kind of needed that caution there. Then you had to work your way through the field multiple times. How do you work your way through the field there multiple times tonight?
Just kind of, I was just riding the bottom for most of the race trying to save my stuff, and it kind of was helping at the end, but I feel like whenever there were a lot of good long green flag runs, but I feel like towards the, whenever we'd get about 30 laps, we'd have a caution, so I wasn't really able to start charging through, but, I kind of saved my stuff riding the bottom. I mean, picking, where the momentum was. It raced a lot like a super speedway, but, no, it was not what I expected, but it was a lot of fun.
And once again, congratulations on the second place finish tonight. But before you send it off on your way, any sponsors I think for tonight's second place run?
I'd like to thank Kamado Joe, the Commonwealth crew, Jonathan Evans, Dwayne Young, and Aaron Brown for broadcasting.
Once again, congrats on second. We'll see you next week at Slinger, maybe.
Okay, thank you. Have a great night, Aaron.
You too, man. Well, that was Jack A. Clemens in that second place finisher. We'll bring in our third place finisher of Bobby Blowers here. Let me get that showed up correctly, and there he is. Bobby Blowers, welcome to the booth. You're able to pick up a third place finish. Almost got it there right at the end, but able to still able to round out P number 3. But you were able to work your way through the field. I mean, right there at the very end of that second run, the last run there, with about 14 to go, you were around 7th in that group of 7, and you were able to work your way up there. And was that kind of tire wear, and what was your game plan going through that there?
Well, I knew with it being pretty draft heavy, it was just going to be who had tires at the end of the run. And you could see as the run was going on, a couple of guys were moving up, a couple of guys moving down, and I was trying to be one of those guys that was moving up as much as I could. Yeah, I was just trying to save tire and see if I could pick through cars. When everybody figured out that the top was really, really good on old tires, that's when it got really hard to pass guys, but I don't know, it was still fun.
Yeah, you're still able to pick up third, and I mean, all night long, you were ripping the top and making 3 wide moves up there. What was the difference between the top and the bottom, and how much faster was up top, and could you really make moves on the bottom?
I think just with this aero package, just the fact that it's the one lane when you're on older tires. You can hold it wide open, right up against the wall. I think that was the difference maker, because especially on pretty late in the run, you had to lift to make the bottom and not clip a guy on your outside, or force a move you don't want to make, or put somebody in a bad spot.
But you're still able to work your way through the field, especially with that late race incident, and you're able to pick up P number 3. But before you send you off on the way, any sponsors to thank for tonight's third place run?
Yeah, PBR Racing, all my teammates, RevSimShop.com, Blink Designs, that's me, hit me up if you want to paint, 213simler.com, and you in the booth, because you do a great job every week.
And thank you, and once again, congrats on your third place finish. We'll see you next week at Slinger.
Yeah, thank you.
So third place finisher of Bobby Blowers. And what a great race it was tonight. We had a lot of fun broadcasting it up here. And before we sign off and all that, let's take a look at our results for tonight's 120 lap race here from Chicagoland. Pacey Wygen by 36 thousandths of a second over Jack A. Clemens will pick up the win. Bobby Blowers, we just talked to him, will pick up P number 3. Greg Pillar, and right in front of I believe, hopefully there's a relation. I don't want to assume there is, because not always is. But Greg Pillar picks up P4 over Cameron Pillar in P number 5. Casey Ellis will be P number 6. Ronnie Ayers will round out 7th. Donnie Kite will be 8th. Jimmy Lynch will be 9th. And Tristan Bayer rounds out the top 10. 11th will be Joseph Weldon. 12th will be Mike Sherminsky. 13th will be James Cormaya. And 14th will be Jorge Ledesma Jr. 15th will be John Matthews. And rounding out our 16 car field tonight was the 19 of G.J. Anderson in 16th after incident putting him out late in the race. So that will be our results for tonight. So overall, a very fun race. The broadcast tonight, a very great race. We saw many passes, many battles all night long tonight, and it was a very fun race to watch. Next week, the Bolt GNS series will be going to Slinger, same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Next weekend, January 11th, we'll be going to Slinger. And then also coming up on the Legends here on Legends Network, getting back into the swing of things for 2025. Tuesday Night Thunder, they'll be going to Charlotte on Tuesday night. And Wednesday will be the Superstar ARCA Cup. They'll be coming back in their final stretch into their final 3 races. They'll be going to Talladega 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. And next Friday night, we'll have the NAR Cup Series. They'll be back at Darlington. We'll see there at 9:15 p.m. Eastern time. So overall, fun race tonight. We got a lot of stuff coming up here on the Legends Racing Network. But so long here from Joliet, Illinois. I'm Aaron Brown here from Chicagoland. So long from Chicagoland, and we'll see you next.